guys, welcome to SFeatleyTV, and we're here for basically a review of the deadline day. It's like a back page stream, but we're just going through what's happened during, who's gone where, who's had a good windows, who's had a shit window, tons of debates, just talking about all things transfers from this like January transfer window, which has been active for some, but absolutely dead for some others, so depending on which club you support. So big up Luca. Well, I'm live. Where are you? If you're free to come on, but like I have been waiting for about 5 minutes before I start going live. Yeah, big up Alanatic as well, man. Nice to see you in the chat. Make sure you're hitting that like button and subscribe button, please. Good stream on the F1 channel just earlier as well. So if you haven't seen that and you're an F1 fan, go and check it out. It was a good debate. Good debate show, and we got another one coming up, which is a historical show tomorrow. So make sure you keep supporting that. Big up, Joanne. I hope you're nice. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Right, let's take this let's take this from like the top 4 onwards. We'll start with the league leaders, Man City. Shall we start with them? Yeah, let's start with them. Big up Joanne for showing us out. I just saw that. Thank you very much. Really do appreciate it. Let's have a look. So yeah, Manchester City. These are the ins and outs of every club throughout the Premier League. Julian Alvarez, and don't forget we are going to include a bit of Vajovic in here as well. Don't forget. Alvarez has gone to River Plate. Has come from River Plate to Man City for £14 million. The players they got rid of. The main key one, which we might as well just only focus about, is Ferran Torres, who Barcelona purchased for another £55 million. So that's not, so Barcelona again chucking out money left, right, and centre already. So yeah, as they're usually doing, they seem to be just chucking money anywhere at the minute. Evening, Stephen. Big up, James. Smashing the likes and subscribe. Yes, please make sure you do so. Really important you do so. Yeah, Ferran Torres off to Barcelona for 55 million, and like this, I feel might give Man City another dimension having Alvarez in the team, but then it'll just, I think, give them that further dimension. Will just again help them towards their league campaign. Champions League is another matter. I don't feel. I don't think they've got the attacking prowess to win the Champions League. Yeah, I just don't think they will. But look, I can't be wrong. But like, in terms of the Premier League, they're pretty much wrapped up, done. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. By the way, I just want to promote something as well. I need to keep promoting it as well. Like I said, I would do to the people involved. Let me just quickly do this. I should do it at the start of every stream. So, yeah, don't forget, we are sharing out also, like, I'll promote this every single time on the channel. The Gunnar Claude Trust YouTube channel link is on the Twitter page, so go and subscribe, like, follow the Twitter page, follow it on Instagram as well. For people who don't know what the Gunnar Claude Trust is, basically what it is it's what it is a chance for, it raises money to give young kids, young Arsenal fans, a chance of go and watch the Arsenal at the Emirates. Something you don't see anywhere else. So yeah, like, if you can, please do share the page, donate to the page, do whatever you got to do, but make sure you get that done straight away, because it's really, really important. Really important that you share that and like and subscribe. Let's go through some more of the comments. Arteta out, big up sentiment. I hope you're well. Luca is Arteta. Luca's supposed to be here. Like, maybe, I don't know, he's like, I don't know, he's disappeared off the face of the earth. Like, he's supposed to be here. He said he was going to be here, but he's not here. Like, so, there we are. Yeah. Don't worry, Marley will be here in 5. He's already let me know he's going to be in there in 5, so don't you worry. Marley will be in there in a 5. Say, I'm not too sure about, because obviously he's got commitments, obviously, of his own. But, yeah. Hopefully we'll get some other guests as well, and if we have got time, we'll put the link in the chat as well, and you can talk about your club as well. So, yeah. If you haven't, share it. Share it with any as well. Guendouzi scored. Yeah, you don't rate the guy. Mate, you said you didn't rate the guy. And I, like, told you, the guy's quality. Like, the guy's quality. Like, I'm not even going to get into it, man. But, do you know what? Fuck it, let's get into it. Do you know what? I really didn't want to get into it now, but fuck it, let's get into it. This is going to take up a lot of stream, I'm not even going to lie. I'm not even going to lie, this is going to take up most of the stream, because this is bugging me. So, players out in this window. Aubameyang on a free. Balogun on loan. Maitland-Niles on loan. Kolasinac on loan. Chambers on loan. Pablo Marie on loan. Clark on loan. All the others, Tariq John Jules, they're youngsters, so they're not even included. But the key first teamers that obviously proved to be key during the January month, because we had no midfielders, have been sold. We have now 18 players on the books, and I know because before Aubameyang was sold on loan, I counted them on the fucking website, and that includes fucking goalkeepers. Like, yeah, I'm supposed to back this. Hello, we need a squad. We need a squad. Does anyone not know what a squad is? Or have we all decided to hide ourselves because we're Arteta in and we can't face the facts that Arteta doesn't know what he's doing? Like, see, it's funny, all you Arteta in lot, you've all gone very quiet very quickly, ain't ya? What are you trying to do? Find your next excuse? Right, come out, bro. Come out, guys. Come on. Give me the Arteta bullshit that you're gonna give. Come on. Right, and you want to give this guy a 2-year contract? You give this guy a 2-year contract, we'll end up with 9 fucking players left. I'm not even joking. The guy's in the missile. Like, and don't get me wrong, Edu and Vinay are another problem. They're all part of the problem.
Why is Charles Watts a fraud?
Charles Watts is... mate, that guy wants to, like... back Arteta till the cows come home, mate. He's so far up Arteta's ass. Yeah, he's so far up Arteta's ass, it's unreal. Call out some of the bullshit that Arteta comes out with. Call it out. Right? Was it Adrian Charles in that Edu interview? He wasn't having it. He was calling it out. He said, hang on, that doesn't make sense. What you said the other day. And what you're doing doesn't make sense. Like, okay. Marley.
Yes, what's up?
Talk to me, bro.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's not watching this, so I don't really need to defend him. But I do follow Charles Watts. I've seen him criticize when criticism's due, so I don't
Uh-huh.
agree that he's a fraud.
No, I'm just
But
talking about like Arsenal in general and how like
yeah,
look. I told everyone we ain't signing jack shit,
yeah.
but I just didn't expect we end up with 18 bloody players left.
Guys, Steven and I have an agreement, right? Like, because next Friday we're not gonna.
Oh,
I
for
don't, I don't plan on having any sort of, I don't know, the continuity of what's gonna be happening this week, which is us rightfully complaining of the lack of business that, from Arsenal this window. So I'm not going to be playing devil's advocate this whole week, right? Like I agree with Steven. It's embarrassing what we did. We were already short. Like we needed more quality, and I get that 90% of the players we got rid of weren't really getting minutes. I do think that Maitland-Niles and Chambers should have a place in the squad right now. I would not have gotten rid of those two for sure. Not to mention some of the others.
Can
And
I
yeah,
just
mate,
point out,
it's
Luca, you said you wanted to be on the stream and you said you're free. Why are you watching Marseille then? Just putting that out there, man. You wanted to be on the stream. But, sorry, mate. Come on.
yeah, it's all good. That's it, mate. It confuses the crap out of me. Like we have different beliefs when it comes to like who actually who actually is in front of these decisions, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who's to blame. Like the entirety of Arsenal board, like someone in there should have said, "Yo, guys, simple math here. We have a couple of games left to play. Like we suffer with injuries pretty much all of our history. So we should probably have at the very least like 21, 22 players, right? Like that makes sense. So it should have been simple. Should have been you don't even
21 at
have
the
to
bare
understand
minimum.
about football to say that.
21 at the bare minimum.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
And you can't say it's people who don't know a fuck about football. Edu's the fucking director. Who, if I may not have noticed, is an ex-player.
No. I'm saying even someone that has no idea what football is should understand that if you're playing a team sport where 11 people play at the same time, you should have at the very least 11 to back them up. It's simple. It's simple maths.
By the way, big up Miss Mel. If you're free, do let me know and I'll drop the link. Adam, you've had the same problem at Man United, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't sign anyone, and we've lost a few attackers. We've Martial to Sevilla and other things, obviously. Van, we've. My thinking is that they're just trying. They're probably not doing business now, because there's ideally going to be a next manager or something in the summer who will do what he does, but we should have signed someone. We've let Van der Beek go on loan, which makes no sense. I mean, at least he'll actually play more than 30 minutes now. Yeah, it's just confusing. I mean, to be fair, I did expect us not to sign anyone, so.
Yeah, I mean, like, your squad depth is now on the floor as well.
Yeah.
Like, because, because you just didn't sign anyone. I love how they're trying to spin it already. Like, they're trying to spin it already, and I'm like, are you serious? Like, they're talking. If you heard what they were saying, it was complete and utter garbage. Right? Like, they were trying to find someone relevant to sort of Paul Pogba's sort of, like, attributes or something. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
what the fuck are you on about?
It,
What are you on about?
why are we
What
trying to
ups-
find.
Go on.
Yeah, I mean, there's that situation as well with Pogba. To be
No,
honest,
but
I don't.
you're trying to make excuses of why you haven't bought anyone because you wanted a particular player that is like pretty much like he's French. He's French. He has African descent, but he speaks French. Basically, he fits the mold of what Pogba is in living
What in the
since one of the
Jackie
work,
Chan?
right? But he fits the exact mold. Like,
Yeah.
that's basically what they're trying to come out with. Are you mad? So why are we Ruben Neves then?
Wait. I'm very confused by what just happened. What's the story? What's the story? Some people are comparing who to
It's
Pogba?
the board of Man United
Yeah.
are trying to come out and say it, and they were looking for someone that's in a similar mould. Like, he's got African descent. He speaks French. It's basically coming down this route, and I'm like, well, okay, why are you in Ruben Neves then? You were
Wait a
trying to buy
second.
Ruben
Wait a
Neves.
second. The Man United board
Oh
said
yes,
they wanted an African French speaking player to play in midfield.
yeah.
Wow. That's weird.
They
Okay.
wanted
Well,
someone that fit the mould of Pogba
I mean, the
for a
good thing is,
post-Pogba world.
All right.
Apparently,
Huh.
that's
yeah,
apparently what I
today,
got. That's apparently what I would got.
Yeah.
today,
That's weird.
Ed Woodward's left, which is something. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's something good. And yeah, I mean, I don't know why we didn't sign any players, because our squad depth is not great. I mean, our attack.
Better than
Who have
ours.
we got? We've got the Rashford. We haven't got. We've lost some attackers basically. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's
How many players? How many players does your squad have
They've
right
got
now?
about 20.
Okay,
something like
so
that.
it's close for a
but
situation.
I mean, what I think the players we have, or our midfield depth is, yeah, just we
Yeah.
basically what I'm trying to say is that if any United fan actually expected us to sign someone, then yeah, because there's no way that I knew we weren't going to sign anyone.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Good for
Pretty
you,
much how
man.
I. Right.
I
Pretty
was
much how I
properly
thought.
expecting us to sign someone, so good for you.
Yeah, Marley. I told you from the start we ain't signing anyone. I said at best we get a loanee. That is it. Didn't I
Yeah.
say that? We probably
Yeah,
get a
you
loanee
did.
and
You
that's
did.
it.
Did you guys let Aubameyang go for free?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you didn't.
No,
But
we didn't make a penny on him. No. We let him go for free. I'm just.
That's one of the transfers,
Luca,
one of the
honestly,
outings
you
that
asked
bothered
for
me
the
the less.
link. Sorry, I'm sorry, Luca. You asked for the link. You wanted to come on, and you're not coming on. So, make your mind up. Like, I don't give out the link for fun. Like, and there's many of other people who want to come on as well.
yeah, James, that
Because
really
there's
is.
loads of people want to come on.
But Steven, don't you think like I get like right like
Yeah.
Aubameyang was expensive, so now like letting him go for free, it sounds stupid. But honestly, mate, I'm more bothered with Callum Chambers and Ainsley
Big up,
Maitland-Niles
Matt.
exits than
Big up, Matt.
Aubameyang. Aubameyang hasn't been playing. When he was playing, he was really poor. So he's actually one that doesn't bother me much.
Arsenal signed Trusty from Colorado Rapids. Mate, we signed him because who's the owner of the Colorado
Yeah,
Rapids?
that's sketchy.
Is it
Let
That's
me
sketchy.
think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that dickhead at the top. That's putting it politely, right? Don't come to me about Colorado Rapids and buying someone from that. He might as well just basically rip up the contract and say you've got a contract at Arsenal and you're not
I
paying a
mean,
penny, like because it's otherwise I'm spending my own money, like it's no point,
yeah.
right? And like, do me a favour. I'm not in the mood to be trolled either. Like, and no,
He's joking. He's joking.
No,
The Sergio
not
Ramos
so.
thing was clearly a joke
No.
as well, mate.
no. Just, it's not. It's just not the time. It's just not the time.
It's
Any
funny,
other
mate.
time,
Loosen
man.
up. Loosen
Like,
up.
mate, loosen up. I'm trying to loosen up from this window, mate. It's not
That's what I
helping.
mean. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Loosen up from the window.
I can't lose something up in this window because I've got a bunch of fan base like sitting there telling me that's how it works. That's how it works. We get rid of our players and then we get the incomings. That's how it works, does it? What you lot saying now? What you lot saying now, right?
Yeah, on
Don't come to me and tell me how it works when you lot weren't even fucking born when I watched fucking Arsenal win the league. Right? 17 fucking years ago. Don't tell me how it works, mate.
yeah,
Because you've got some fucking stats.
I saw a video on TikTok from this Arsenal fan, and he's saying, "Why is everyone blaming Arteta? He loves the club more than anyone else."
Fuck off.
Yeah,
Does he want to challenge that? Does he actually want to
I
challenge
mean
that?
the guy. I mean the guy I'm talking about said Neymar's better than Ronaldinho, so I don't think
Yeah,
he
mate,
should.
I don't know who you're talking about, mate. Mate, the guy's doing that for clicks, man. The
Yeah,
guy's doing it for clicks. Like,
and
I'm
Yeah,
Neymar's
sorry.
one of my
as a
There's
Neymar's one of
plenty
my
of
Brazilian,
Arsenal
that's a
favourite.
fans that
painful
disagree.
sentence to hear.
Like, Arteta loves this club more than you know. You really want to bet on that one?
So did Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Did that mean he was the right guy? No.
No. But Arteta was a player for 4 years. I've been a supporter for 27. So you tell me who loves the club more. And no matter how much they let me down, I still support the club. So you tell me who loves the club more, man. You tell me who loves the club more. You know? Right? I'm not hearing this. I'm not hearing this rubbish year after year from these fans. Right? They want to lower their standards to suit off. I'm already hearing it on Twitter Spaces saying, how is Arteta to blame? Well, I don't know. That little thing in his contract called the manager. Right? You are the manager. That means you're responsible for transfers. You are responsible for players
Yeah.
coming in, players coming out. You get to decide it basically, as much as Edu might stamp and scream, you get the final decision of who comes in and who comes out at what point. And it's at some point in this window, you should have been saying, I can't sell anyone until you buy someone. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone
Absolutely.
kept saying, no, hang on. Everyone loved the fact we can't sell to buy. Do you remember that one that used to come out from the board? We can't buy anyone unless we sell someone. So why can't we do it in this window? Why?
Yeah, that's actually, if you don't mind me putting a couple of asterisks in the things you said, just quickly about the player, I just want to say we could be wrong. You know, like just because the team is zoned by KSC doesn't mean he's not good, but it does smell fishy AF. Like it smells very fishy
Mate, I've never
because
heard of the fucking guy.
he's an unknown player. Like he has less than 6,000 followers on Instagram. Like no one's ever heard of him. He's coming. So
Marley,
and he's being loaned back.
he's literally been bought for that quote.
No, yeah, that's the thing. It sounds very fishy. It smells fishy. But the thing about Arteta, I think it was irresponsible for him to allow the players that left to leave. But
Absolutely,
I
mate.
don't blame Arteta for no one coming in. That's where I blame fully Edu because the manager's job is to tell the director like who he wants, right? So Edu was who I've defended multiple times here, very avidly. Edu messed up. Like he showed to be very incompetent. He couldn't bring in anyone that Arteta wanted, but Arteta was foolish to let the players leave before getting one in, getting a replacement. Well, you know, like kind of like triggered up already.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, mate. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name, my man.
Adam.
Adam, mate. If you ever have anyone say that Neymar is better than Ronaldinho again, please tag me so that I can jump in. I'm Brazilian. That sentence hurts me physically. So
Yes, even I know it's wrong, and Neymar was my favourite footballer at one point.
what?
Yeah, I said even I know the sentence is wrong, and Neymar was my favourite footballer at one point.
Yeah, no, dude. Neymar's a good player, but can't say he's better than Ronaldinho. That's criminal.
Arsenal try Valovic, Issa, none of them worked up. Nah.
Their fans turned into MI6 with Isaac.
Mate. Mate, are you... No, I'm not even having it. Do you know why Vlahovic didn't come? Do you know why? Really, why? Because this club's in the gutter. Do you know why Isak didn't come? Let me think. The reason Isak didn't come is we already made it clear. We already made it clear we're desperate for a striker, so they bumped the price up.
We didn't pay the release clause. That's it.
Yeah, you. But I'm sorry. No,
Vlahovic,
sorry,
you're right. Isak, we didn't match the release clause. That's it.
Look, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not having it. I'm not having that.
Having
Like,
what?
Arsenal. I mean, Arsenal didn't try Vlahovic. If they really wanted to try Vlahovic, they would have put everything into it. They didn't try it. They weren't really in for him, were they? They weren't really.
I disagree with that.
Oh,
I strongly
on,
disagree with that.
Come on, mate. They weren't really
I
in for him.
strongly disagree with
really?
that.
The whole reason. More of an effort then, wouldn't they?
The whole reason why Arsenal's transfer window went to shit is because we spent like 28 days focusing on one player.
I would have put more effort in my left toe.
How do you
I'm not joking.
Steven.
If they wanted to be serious, they would have just put the fucking money down and just said, we're having him, and that's the end of it.
They did.
Before Juve got involved.
They did. They did.
They daggled. They dallied
Arsenal
about it.
offered all the money in the world to Vlahovic and his
They dallied
agents.
and diddled about it. How long did it go on for? For ages.
Yeah,
and
no, that's the problem.
Juve got involved.
That is the problem. The problem
Just
is
get
Arsenal
on with
spent
it.
28
No, but this
days
is the
of
problem. No, that's the problem. That's what I'm saying. We shouldn't be dilly and dallying. We should just put the fucking money down and get the deal done before someone else jumps in. A bigger club jumps in and stops us getting it.
I mean, I don't
Because if
know
we
how...
actually acted and got it done, right, we would have not have had Juve tarnishing our deal. It's like when they try and got who did they try and get? You remember when they try and bought Saliba before we bought him? They took for ages to do it. Then we came in, bang, got him. That's the point. You don't give teams a chance to do it. But as usual, we sit there. Oh, I want 5 million off here. I want 2 million off there. Are we or not we? Are we? And by which point you've like, well, if you're not that serious, here you go, mate.
Yeah, I disagree.
And Vlahovic looked at that and said, well, Arsenal aren't really being that serious compared to Juve. They actually look like they want me.
That's unfactual, Stephen.
It really does make it look like.
Fiorentina's president put up a statement saying the whole deal with Juve was dealt with a lot of what was the name, dishonesty. That Vlahovic and his agent didn't want to transfer now because they wanted to go for free soon. He wasn't gonna go to Arsenal even if we offered more money than we did in the beginning of the season, in the beginning of the window.
You really think we would have bought him in January? You really think we would have bought him in the summer?
No, we wouldn't have.
If we weren't gonna, so if that was the case, then why we were doing it in the first place?
That's where I'm agreeing with you. The mistake is insisting on a player that doesn't want to come for 28, 29 days and only having 2 days left to try to negotiate an Isaac deal where you should have paid a release clause.
No, do you know why? Because the truth be told, Marley, they just wanted to get rid of the deadwood. They didn't want to buy anyone anyway. Let's be real. They didn't want to buy anyone. They didn't want to buy the midfielder we needed. It was to cover the fact we needed a midfielder. Do you know how many people lost track of the fact we needed a fucking midfielder? I kept fucking going on Twitter spaces and kept fucking saying it. We need a fucking midfielder, not a fucking striker, right? Because we are delaying games because we've got no midfield, right? Then all of a sudden, in 28 days, we were sitting there, oh, we ain't got Vlahovic. We got no midfielder. Oh, God, it's all gone to shit. It's to cover the fact they didn't want to buy a fucking midfielder. Or they couldn't get one. So they cover it up by spinning us and getting us hyped up over Vlahovic. Because everyone got distracted. Now everyone's like, oh shit.
I don't believe that, but okay, I
Yeah, but it
respect your
happens.
opinion.
No, but Molly, it happens every time. I see it every fucking year, every fucking window. They find one player that we get hyped up about, and it misses the complete point of why we need the players we fucking need.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
So, Saeed, how are you?
Do I even dare to say anything? Steven is on fire today.
Oh man, I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I
Sorry,
can tell.
Molly,
I
if
can tell.
I'm
I can
going
tell.
a bit aggressive, man. But
No, it's a mate,
I'm angry,
mate.
man.
I'm very used to it, Steven. I know it's tough love. It's all
Yeah,
good. I know you love me. I'm aware of the love. It's not. It's
yeah.
never gonna. You can
Before
up
I
your
go to
insults if you
Saeed,
want.
before I
You
go
say, you
to
say the
Saeed,
only thing I'm good at is getting bald. So like
yeah,
I'm
yeah. Before I go to
never
Saeed, I'll just
recovering from
go
that
through this.
one.
We spent 50 minutes achieved this crap. Yeah, absolutely, Anthony. The fans are most to blame. They accept the garbage. Whoever accepts this deserves what's coming. Yeah, we are declining every season. Has anything been said about that investigation into the better? Oh yes, Joanne. We will be mentioning that tomorrow. As much as most of it will be reviewing Arsenal on a personal terms with his transfer deal, we will be investigating that. I
Is
will
it
be
true
looking
that
into it.
Arsenal want to give Arteta a new
Come,
contract?
work with
Yeah.
me.
Um. Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
about the
I mean,
competing a lot. So subscribe if you're new. Hence, hi, big up. Will you be dropping the link at any point? If we've got time at the end, Nippon. If we've got time at the end. Out of all the teams going for top four, only team who made any signings, mate.
Hmm.
Good point, mate. Good point.
Spurs didn't really get better,
yeah,
but yeah, they made signings.
They make some good, they're decent signings.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, for me personally, first of all, I think when it comes to Arsenal and our transfer window, what baffles me is that in the summer we are 100% gonna buy a striker, right? Because all of our strikers, only Balogun will have time left on his contract. Aubameyang's already gone. Eddie got 5 months left. Laka got 5 months left. So we're 100% gonna buy a striker in the summer.
Who do
Why
you
didn't
think
we
it
buy
will
that
be?
striker now to help us get top four, to integrate to the team? Then in the summer he will have a proper preseason, and then you can buy the second striker who's gonna be the second man. Because we're gonna buy the striker anyway, so why not do it now? It's not like when the summer comes we cannot buy a striker. But the problem is now is that every team is gonna add extra money when Arsenal come for that striker, because we don't have any senior strikers come June. And that for me, it's not serious for any club, not even to talk about a big club like Arsenal, to be in a situation where in June the only senior striker we will have is Balogun. That is a big problem for me. And it's not talked about enough why we are in this situation. And I think we have to look at the people in charge. We have to look at the hierarchy. We have to look at the owners. I think these are the ones who really had the opportunity to make a difference. Yes, we can blame Arteta for not integrating again with Aubameyang. We can blame him for over-believing in Eddie Nketiah. We can give him blame for that. But who do we blame for not having any kind of pressure on Arteta, not questioning him, not making sure that the squad has a senior striker from the summer? There you go. It
sorry,
has to
Anthony,
be,
his job should be on the line. His job should be gone. Sorry, carry on.
yeah, it has to be asked, why are we in this situation from the beginning? Why is it that we are always in a situation where we become desperate? And when is that cycle gonna end? Are we gonna be desperate every summer?
Mate, even she's moaning about the transfer window.
Yeah, I know. It's pathetic for me, and it's like come summer.
Daddy, Arteta
If
didn't buy
Granit
me no striker for Christmas.
and imagine this again. Come summer, if Granit Xhaka wants to move to Roma, we are in the same position again in central midfield, where Partey
Absolutely.
will be our only senior midfielder.
Oh my god.
Right now, when Cedric leaves, the only senior right back is Tomiyasu. Like, why have we put ourselves in a position where we will be so desperate to get players in and the squad is so thin? We didn't have to be in this situation. But why isn't there any accountability at all? Why is it okay for Mikel Arteta to get all players out and get 0 players in? It's all right to blame him, but why isn't there any accountability? Why isn't there any pressure on Edu? Why isn't there any pressure
There's no
on the
punishment.
Kroenkes? Because surely Arteta wanted players out, but surely also you must have wanted someone in. Why did he travel to America? Why wasn't any money? I don't believe in this Vlahovic thing. I think it was all PR. I said it before the window opened, because from many sources, we've heard that Vlahovic's agent doesn't want to speak to Arsenal. So if the agent is not willing to speak to us, that shouldn't be a player that we want to buy. Because obviously, if he wants to come to Arsenal, he will tell his agent to pick the phone up, because the agent works for the player. The player doesn't work for the agent. But again, we are getting bullied by agents, by players, and come the summer, it's going to be a circus.
Mate, we're gonna be desperate in the summer because we ain't getting shit. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, how is it? We've now got a squad. We've got a first team squad that's got the equivalent of 11 players on the pitch and 7 subs.
It's crazy.
11, I'm going to repeat this very fucking carefully. 11 players to start, 7 subs. No 19th player, no 20th, no 21st, no 22nd. And the people who thinks I'm joking, go count them on the fucking website. Go count them on the first team website. They probably what they would have done is probably put Patino, and 2 other fucking youngsters that appeared on the bench. They probably put them through, saying, "Oh no, we've got 21 players." You know what I mean? Because
but these bench players wasn't good enough
to
get minutes.
Say,
you know when we were playing Burnley, these bench players were there, but the manager didn't believe in them.
That's what I'm saying. But do you know what's going to happen? They'll put those through to the first team, for example, and everyone will go, "Yeah, but this is Arteta bringing through the youngsters. Yeah, he's doing such a brilliant job. He's the best young coach in world football. Right? It's all about like the Project Youth." But he never plays them. This is what it will be spun as. This is the next thing it'll be spun as. Right? And it's fair. I find it fucking ironic that no guy that is Arteta that's been in this chat and has been talking his garbage has been coming in this chat since the window ended. Since the window was ending. The last 2 days of the window and deadline day and today, no one's coming. Not one. What a surprise.
Yeah, and do you know what's funny as well, Stephen? Come summer, Bukayo Saka has only 2 years left. You best believe some of the biggest club is going to come and try and get him. And that means that either we're going to have to overpay him to keep him, or we're going to sell him, or he won't sign. Why didn't we sort that out? Why do we have to wait? Why is it with Arsenal we always have to wait until we are in a position where we become desperate? That's why I don't understand. That's not how a professional club should work. You should make sure that your biggest assets always have long enough contracts.
Yeah.
That's the value you protect, not your Rob Holding,
Yeah.
not your Granit Xhaka. These players have no value
Oh, I
because
understand
nobody
about
wants
that.
to pay big money for them.
But say when people say, yeah, but then again, you wanted Xhaka gone when he was supposed to be offered a new contract. That's because he's not worth a fucking penny anyway. That's
But
'cause I don't
if,
rate
if
him. He's not worth
let's
10
be
fucking
honest,
pence.
if Granit Xhaka was that amazing, he was 28 years in his prime, just had the Euros. Nobody wanted to pay 15 million pounds for
12
him.
million.
Yeah, that was the biggest offer.
They didn't want
Nobody
to pay
in
any more than
Europe,
12 million.
nobody in Premier League,
I
nobody in
hate to
Europe,
say this, but
nobody.
I want to start losing. I've had enough. I've had enough of this manager, and I've had enough of this ownership. Hopefully, if we start losing, we can unite and get this crap. Mate, we could lose every game until we get into the National League. We'll never get rid of the Cronkies. They will not sell it. They will hang themselves out to dry until their Super League finally comes into fruition. It will
100%.
come, and what it will do, once they've done it, they've got what they've wanted. I'm telling you now. And if I'm lying, I'm dying. Yeah, I'm known. Yeah, just a troll chatting absolute crap off us. Yeah, that Danny's the permanent troll, the Spurs troll over here, man. Like always
But
winding us up. Like for
and
top
people
four,
are laughing at Spurs.
No, James,
What?
it is.
Don't forget, Antonio Conte have bought players like Ashley Young and still win league titles.
That's the
So
thing.
if he buy players like Kulusevski and Bentancur, he knows what he's doing and he's capable of improving these players. And that's the point people miss.
No, but that's the point, say no one looks at. They're very, very short-sighted. They don't look at the long term and what they've done long term. And if you look at long term, he's always done this. Always done it. I'm not a troll, just saying.
Listen, Dan is a real one. I like to banter
man.
with him sometimes,
Dan's
but he's a real one.
Oh, yeah, man.
He say it as it is.
He's not a hard.
And we have to be honest. Arsenal is a banter club.
Disagree with them, but don't call their opinion garbage just because they this. Are you talk? What did I say? One man's got. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. What did I say?
And it's always Arsenal who's in the circle. Always Arsenal. Leicester has already bought 2 players to replace Vardy.
If you're on about Xhaka, no mate, he's garbage. He's garbage. if that's what you're talking about.
Steven, mate. No, he's saying you're harsh at people that think very differently. People that are Arteta in, people that are okay with this process thing. That's what he's saying. Yeah, mate. I agree with him. I agree with him. The fact that we disagree with people, like,
I understand that, but it's like compared to what the values and the standards and traditions of the club, it's rubbish.
Yeah, I think what it is that people maybe struggles with is that Steven is a very passionate fan and he has very high standard and he only wants to see Arsenal challenge for the league, challenge for Champions League, challenge for title. To him, just being a top 4 club or top 6 club or whatever bullshit it is now, it's not enough.
It's top 10. It's top 10 now.
Like, if we are honest, Arsenal Football Club didn't need to do a Project Youth. They could have signed Ramsdale. I'm good with that. I'm good with Tomiyasu.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest, we should have added more senior players. And if we had done that, we would have been in such a great position. No one can tell me that if we signed Bruno Guimaraes in the summer instead of Lokonga, we wouldn't be a better team.
Oh, yeah.
The transfer window has been so bad that Steven needs coke to get high.
Cheers. Actually, let me just pause you there. Cheers, people.
Coca-Cola, Steven's waiting for his sponsorship.
Yeah, where's my sponsorship?
This is free advertising. He's been doing it for ages.
Get this Coca-Cola bottle, 500 ml. You can get it for, what is it, 150 now these days? Fucking hell. Yeah, make sure you got other products are available.
Worth every penny, though, right, Steven?
Yeah, I want to see the Ariana Grande Steven Coca-Cola advert. I'm on for it.
Oh, I'd pay to see that.
Hey, I'd love
Steven
to be
would
part
pay
of
to
that.
do it.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, God. Right, Nitish, sum it up from your point of view, man.
I mean, like, when was the last time January was good for us? Aubameyang, maybe. I think at that, like,
When was
we
the
haven't
last
done
time
much.
January was good for us?
We haven't
think-
done anything serious in January, like, apart from maybe Aubameyang in recent times. I think before that, if you remember, maybe was it Ozil? We got in January, I think.
No, us
But
was bought
anyway.
in the summer, but we bought Arshavin in January. It was
Yeah,
very
Arshavin. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remembered someone else as well before Aubameyang. But see, the thing is, we tried for Vlahovic, and today now the comments have come out that Florentina's president is not happy with what has happened again. He's saying it's a fraud, in a way, a fraudulent deal that they somehow cracked it with Juventus, and when English clubs tried to sign him, they couldn't do anything about it. They would just move away. That didn't happen. Isaac was you can say, a late try because of his release clause. We need a striker to an extent, but the thing is, again, from the system that you can see, Lacazette isn't playing as a proper striker. I even tweeted it out. He's playing as a false nine. He's playing in the midfield. So the guys who are attacking and actually scoring goals are the wingers. I would have preferred at least one player, maybe a midfielder would have also done the thing. But at the end of the day, it would have been probably a panic buy if we went in the last few days or on deadline day and went in and bought in a player whom probably we didn't trust long term. So even though I'm not that happy with the transfer window, I said I would post Edu out on 1st Feb if he didn't get a player. He did get one guy from MLS, which is just a Cronky charity, to be honest, but he could come out to be a good player because he's like, I think I heard he's like 6'1", or not 6'1", I think 6'5" or 6'9", I heard his height.
From what
He's
I've
like 6'3"
heard,
or 6'4".
6'3".
from what I've heard from the Americans who watch him, is that this is just a PR move for the
I just
Cronky.
want to make a point though. Like, can you understand why though? This is not just an Arteta. This is not just an Edu problem. Like, because Arteta also has control of who comes in and comes out, and we've decided to let go a lot of players. And yes, they might not be the first name on the team sheet, but when you're complaining about, for example, we've got no players to play a game, for example, or we're struggling in certain midfield because players are out on AFCON, right? And knowing that we are very short squad anyway, and now we've left with 18 players, which with any sort of injury will spell the end of us in terms of any chance of getting top 4 or anything like that. Plus, also by the look of it, you're trying to look at Vlahovic when clearly that's not the player that they should be going for. Do you see why Arsenal fans are angry at Arteta and Edu for letting these players go, and B, they're looking at a striker that clearly don't fit their system and what they want?
See, I think they've made it clear that if any player does not want to stay at Arsenal, they are not going to keep him there. And the other thing, if you're talking about Aubameyang, there were so many games in this season itself that people have said that Aubameyang is playing for the opposition or he's not playing for us anymore. Like, that is what it seemed to be in games. So
I understand
they
that,
have
but
saved 25 million. They've
But
saved 25
I'll just
million
say
pounds
this
in the
quickly.
process.
Do you get?
But
Nitish,
Sorry,
can I ask you
do you
something?
get? But hang on. I'll just quickly ask. But do you get why fans are saying why, despite if they don't want to stay at the club, they've got to go. That they should be saying, look, until we can get replacement, we can't let go here, because we've got no spare. We've got nothing. We can't let the kids play. It's not fair.
no, even with Aubameyang, it was there on Twitter as well. No one knew that he was in Barca. He just landed in Barca. He got his thing done, and then he terminated his contract with Arsenal. I
And
I understand what
Chambers
you're
and
saying.
Maitland-Niles?
No,
Steven.
Nitish,
Chambers
I want to
wasn't
ask
in.
you something.
Arsenal behaved the way you're asking them to with Nketiah because Ortega's going to be using him this season. He didn't stop the rest from
Okay.
happening because he wasn't using them. He wasn't counting on using them. He wanted other players to come
Yeah,
in.
and a lot
Sorry,
of
King.
lot of
Sorry,
fans
sorry,
should be
sorry, sorry. Go.
Nketiah, please
lot
don't
of fans
remind
should
me.
be happy. Lot of fans should be happy. Pepe will be now getting his chance.
Yeah, I'd love to
I
see him
wanna
get an
ask
opportunity.
Nitish something, guys. Nitish, I wanna
Go
ask
ahead.
you something, and it's about the striking situation at Arsenal. We can say that for 99%, Arsenal are gonna sign a striker in the summer, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the only senior striker that's left is gonna be Balogun. So why didn't we buy that striker we want in the summer now? Help us kick on to top four, and then get a full preseason, and then we buy the second striker, who's gonna be the bench or rotating striker. What's your view on that?
See, the first thing is I feel Isaac was the first priority for Arsenal, but because of his release clause, the Kroenkes must have turned it down and they didn't want to spend that kind of money. Then they went for Vlahovic, it didn't happen. And then they again tried to go for Isaac, convince him, and probably get money out of Kroenke. Like the last meeting that was viral on social media about Arteta being with Stan Kroenke, I think that was once they realized Vlahovic isn't happening, let's get Isaac. So there have been efforts to get in a striker, but they don't just want to get another striker because Dominic Calvert-Lewin was a player that was linked with Arsenal and could probably suit us, but he's been injured most of the season. So they don't just want someone in that will play 6 months of football and then
Most of his
probably
life.
yeah, then probably he will start throwing tantrums around like an Aubameyang at the end of the season because he may be the only senior striker left in the squad. So the thing is now they don't know what will happen with Lacazette. Many people say Lacazette is already going; he's going to be gone. But I think he can work as a backup striker if we get a senior striker in another one. He will be a backup striker. Balogun will be there. I don't know whether we actually will be playing with a striker. Like we may go to the Manchester City side of things and start playing false nine full time.
Oh god, I don't want to remember false nine.
But surely, even Man City wanted to buy a striker, but
As an
the
alternative option.
the
You give
price
yourself
that
alternative options.
that Spurs wanted for Kane, they weren't gonna
Ridiculous.
pay that, and they had already won the league without really using
And
a
plus,
striker.
can I just make a
So
point? Like Isak,
yeah,
I know Isak might be one you go for, but too young. He's only what 20, 19,
24,
20, whatever.
24, I think. 24.
22. He's turning
He's 22.
23 this year.
22. So he's to put all that on his shoulders. He's way too young for me. Like and a very expensive price for the amount of goals he's gotten so far. So for me, that wouldn't have been the right move anyway. But like again, it diverts the attention from the midfield, and the midfield is a major issue. I've got to bring Luca in. Luca, how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I just come off a stream just now. I wasn't on it for long, but no, keep up, man. And sorry I was a bit late and all that stuff. But no, big up, man.
Yeah, what you saying?
No, I just say yesterday. I just feel it's just. Why would you get rid of your best? Well, I wouldn't say best, but pretty much the best bunch out of the striker, right? Like going from a loan deal, right? And then you end up flipping selling him on the free. I'm sorry, but at the end of the day now, this manager, right? How can people back this manager from now until the end of the season, okay? With no decent striker, right? you're letting all these players, right, over the years, you're letting all these players go on a free, right, and you've let your Aubameyang go on a free where we all thought it was going to be a loan deal, right?
Shit anyway, he wasn't doing
Yes,
anything anyway.
yeah, but Stephen, look, at the end of the day, right, you're letting Aubameyang go on a free with only Lacazette and Nketiah, where Lacazette and Nketiah are going to be leaving at the end of the season, whereas we've allowed all three of our strikers on a free. That goes to show Arsenal Football Club never learn. Over the years, right, Alexis Sanchez, Mesut Ozil, Santi Cazorla, Aaron Ramsey, Danny Welbeck, Socrates, all these players.
Seriously counting Socrates and Danny Welbeck, are you?
Stafford as well. You let all these players go on a free, and we didn't get no money out of it.
We were anyways not getting any money from Aubameyang. He would have just waited 6 months.
But you would get a little bit of money because if Aubameyang went out on loan to Barcelona and he starts performing and beats that player as he was when he first came to Arsenal, you can get at least 20 to 25 million.
No. Not at the price.
They would just
not at the wages.
Guys, I think we have to be realistic. When it comes to Aubameyang, nobody was going to pay for him. That's why his contract was terminated with Arsenal so he could join Barca for free.
Yeah,
the issue is the way we are operating as a club in general. And that's the reason why we have lost so many players for free.
I'm not disagreeing. I've said I wanted Oba gone. Right?
So did I. But at the end of the day, the way we actually got rid of him on the free, Stephen, right?
Let me finish.
No, but the way we got rid of him on the.
Let me finish. Thank
you. Let me finish. It's actually dictated.
What I'm saying, thank you. Yeah. But what I'm saying is that, like, as much as like we don't have any spare, we only have Lacazette and Nketiah, and they're all going to be out of contract by the end of this summer, right? We're all going to be in that situation anyway. And two, Aubameyang, you don't miss the bus for North London derby, and you don't act like the way you acted before.
Yeah, but Stephen, look.
Hang on a minute. So I'm sorry. Back in the day, and I go back to this is what I always hold. People that know me as an Arsenal fan, I hold my standards back from when I was watching them growing up. And when I watched them grow up, is when people did shit like that, they were sold, no matter who they were. End of. And that's why Wenger got respect from the players that he did, and they pushed themselves to become what they were. Right? Jermaine Pennant did shit. Like, I don't remember what he did, but he did shit and immediately was sold. Sorry, he had 2 chances. He had 2 chances, right? And he both times let Arteta down. So I'm sorry, on that one, I do give Arteta credit. He's had to get rid of him. So I'm sorry, you get rid of him, get rid of the wages, get rid of everything. I do agree on that one, right? Because either way, we're still going to end up in the same situation.
Stephen, can I speak? Can I speak?
Yes. Now you can speak.
Thank you. Otherwise, I forget what to say. But anyway,
I was trying to finish.
All right, Stephen. Right. Basically, what I was trying to say is, I get where you're coming from about Mikel Arteta. Yes, over the years, Arteta has redeemed. What is it with these players on 350 grand a week? Right. The likes of Mesut Ozil, the likes of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Why did we not sell them? Like, with a couple of years on their contract. I understand football clubs might say, well why are we going to go after players like that who are obviously on high wages? Well, I think someone would have got Aubameyang, right, a couple of years ago, because he was actually on form at the time. He was part of our FA Cup success a couple of years ago. And for me,
Barca wanted to buy him, actually, return it back.
They did.
Before he signed his new deal.
Again, I've just got the poll come through, and I think 38% have said Man United to get top 4 by the end of this poll.
They will get top 4. I've said it. I've said it from the beginning.
31%
I'm not so sure about that. Right. Man United have weakened their squad.
Hang on, I've just done top 4. 31% have said top.
Stephen, will you let me finish?
I know. Let me just get through the rest of this. Let me get through the rest of this poll. Right, 18% have said Arsenal and 12% have said West Ham. I'm not taking a piss. It's my stream. And I'll be doing another poll. I'll be doing another poll just about was Arsenal right to let Aubameyang go?
You should do a poll. Is Steven a dictator or is he a dictator? That's the poll I want to see.
But as I was saying, Stephen, before I got interrupted, right? The thing is, I understand where you're coming from, right? All these players, right, with 350 grand a week, Aubameyang, Ozil, and all that stuff. The thing is, Barca wanted Aubameyang at the time. Barcelona wanted Aubameyang at the time. So why is it over the years that we have to run down players' contracts? It's an absolutely joke, because this football club, right, it will never learn. It will never learn, Saeed, won't it?
Yeah, because the problem is, Luca, we have a plan to sign a player and buy a player, but we never have a plan on when to actually sell that player. We never had any plan to sell Sanchez, even though we could have gotten 60, 70 million for him. And back then, that was actually big money. We never had any plan to sell Ozil. We never had any plan to sell Lacazette. We never had any plan to sell Aubameyang. And that's the problem. We buy players and we think that they're going to be at the same level forever. And it's delusional. At some point, you have to look at the player and say, you know what? You've served us. You've done this. Let's sell him when the value is high and let's buy a replacement. Arsenal are the only club where every year 4 or 5 players leave for free. It's ridiculous. And we are self-sustaining club.
It's how this is
guys.
Club is not run properly.
I haven't spoken in a while here, and I'll give you guys credit for everyone you guys mentioned. But I should say with the Aubameyang one, I feel like people are unfair with that situation, because Aubameyang, when he renewed his contract, he was one of the most unformed strikers in the world, actually. Like, he was regularly scoring a crazy amount of goals. We could not sell him for more than what we got him for, because he was aging, right? Like, we got him when he was younger, so we wouldn't make the same amount of money, and it would take a huge investment to replace the goals that Aubameyang offers, because truthfully, with the amount of goals he was scoring, you would need
Even I'll talk about that in a minute. This is a football thing. Yeah.
It's like Arsenal can't really be like, we couldn't really expect Aubameyang's drop to be that huge. He went from a world-class striker to a shit striker, not an average striker, a shit striker, whose value is close to nothing. And it's unfortunate because, like, he has this culture of starting to, like, stop his football when he wants to leave a club. He did the same thing at Dortmund.
Yeah.
But with Arsenal, like, right now, I truly feel like, in addition to him not really wanting to play for Arteta, he has dropped in his level. Like, he's never going to be the old Aubameyang anymore.
That's the thing, and
So
that's the thing.
it's unfair. Like, I feel like Arsenal would never get money for him. He needed to leave. We're gonna save like 25.
But if we knew, but Marley, if we knew we were going to run this player down to his contract, right? Which I think is an absolute ridiculous thing. What Arteta and Edu and the board have done, right? Surely we knew that we were going to bring in a replacement, even a loan deal until the end of the season, because. Now it's put us into a bit of a mess.
I agree with that.
For me, my argument is that you don't pay world-class salaries to players if you're not competing for the biggest title and have the biggest players. And that's been, we did that problem with Ozil, and we've now done it with Aubameyang, because you give the player so much leverage that they kind of become more valuable than the club, because you're now paying them so much money that if they don't perform, you are losing. But regardless, they are winning because they are earning so much money. And they have nothing to fight for anymore, because you're not fighting for the league, you're not fighting for Champions League, and no other player is on that level. So they're kind of on their own, and that's the problem.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons they let him go as well, because he was the highest earning striker. So get rid of him. No more contract, no more Aubameyang. No one else will demand that kind of age. Saka has to extend in the summer as well. So I think I have no problems with that. And one thing about the Sanchez one, we accepted the 60 million from Man City, but then he went to Manchester United and he signed terms with them, and it happened.
I agree with that. The one problem is, if Arsenal don't do it with another player, then there will be serious questions, because you've done it with 2 players now. You don't give it to another player. No player. We're not like say it says, you're not playing for the top prizes in Europe or the top prizes in the league. So if you're not doing that, you shouldn't be paying 300 grand a week to a player, because you haven't earned that yet. You haven't earned to that level yet. Simple. When you play at that level, then you can start demanding that sort of money. Like, it's like when Leicester won the league. That's when they started getting their 100 grand a week contracts, because they won the league.
Yeah, Steven. Steven.
Steven.
Games FC. Steven, this is important. Games FC is right. Like you got to speak a little up. Speak a little louder.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Every now and then, like it becomes a little too low. Like it's hard to hear you.
I might put this here then. Is that better?
Oh yeah, that's. I feel like you should have done that a while ago.
Yeah, I like the samba music when you were touching the mic. It was kind of a vibe kind of thing. But
Mate, I can actually put background music to this. It's not even actually a lie. I can put background music to the stream. It's not even a lie. No, Arteta has left the club. Let this club down. He needs to go, as well as if you think Oba had to leave. Look, mate. Alan. My opinion on the manager don't change. There you go. So, but I do agree with him on. I do give him some credit on the old Aubameyang issue. So yes, I can praise him.
No one has confidence that Pepe can actually perform now.
Yeah, well, we'll wait and see. We'll get his chance then, won't he? We'll see.
But Nitesh, can I ask you about this? Because I honestly feel like Pepe's not going to get a lot more minutes than he has been getting. If you think about it, none of the players that were ahead of him in the pecking order have actually left.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
No, actually, if you consider him playing on the wing, then no. But if he's playing as a forward, then why not? Because the only 2 players are Eddie was also, if you remember, was playing on the wing. He wasn't playing as a striker. Lacazette and Pepe.
Sorry, unless you move Martinelli to a striking role and put Pepe on the left.
I don't think he's going to touch Martinelli.
Yeah, but you really think Pepe is going to be given a chance under this manager?
No, but that's the thing, guys. Like Lacazette,
see what happens.
Lacazette and Nketiah have been playing. Aubameyang wasn't playing, so no one that was ahead of him left. So I don't think he's going to be getting a lot more minutes unless he wants to try him just because the other 2 are leaving. Because he wants to
wouldn't be surprised if this manager and this board gets Pepe's contract down to a 3. I won't be surprised. I know it probably won't happen.
On a more positive note, what's the most positive thing that's happened this window?
Positive thing is that Arsenal.
It's not just Arsenal. Not just Arsenal. Let's best transfer this week. This window.
Villa have done business.
Christian Eriksen is back to playing football.
That's a good morale story. That's a good morale story.
Yeah, that's the one that made me the happiest.
Yeah.
Best transfer, Bruno Guimarães to Newcastle.
Yeah.
By far.
Mate, I thought you said that'd be the worst.
Them motherfuckers.
Who else? I would have said
Van de Beek to Everton.
Van de Beek to Everton's a good shout.
Coutinho to Villa.
Coutinho to Villa on the loan is a good shout. Digne as well.
Digne was a good one.
Digne was a very good one. Let's have a look. Mateta for Crystal Palace.
Hold on, don't change the topic. Agent Rafa.
Hey, leave that out. Still got a better record.
I don't think he's great or like too impressive. I would have still taken him at Arsenal, but I don't think he would have solved all of our issues. But Zakaria for 8 million, That was a great gift.
Mate, he's a good player, man.
He's good.
How
He's
did Man
good,
United
he's
did
solid.
not go in for him? I ain't got a clue.
Same here.
Yeah, the funny part is
Preferred
they
going to
wanted
Juve.
the funny part is they wanted Granit Xhaka and then they went for him, which is unfortunate for us.
Yeah. Luis Diaz to Porto for 49 mil.
From Porto to Liverpool.
From Porto,
right?
sorry.
Liverpool.
Yeah, my bad.
I think they overpaid, mate. But he's a good player.
Ferran Torres to Barcelona.
Yeah,
They
I think that's
overpaid
good.
as well.
That's what
No, but I
think-
think that is a good signing for Barca.
Yeah.
I think Ferran Torres going to Barca would suit probably his style of football over there.
Yeah, probably. Yo,
Probably.
best value though, if you don't count free transfers and loans, best value, 2 million for Callum Chambers, mate. From Villa? That's a good piece of business.
Wasn't
It's
Chambers
solid
wasn't
piece of
Cham-
business.
wasn't Chambers a free?
I think it's 2 million.
Chambers
think-
was, well, however you want to put it,
Yeah.
under close
No,
fee.
I'm not
okay.
sure. I'm not sure whether they paid 2 million or that is the money that we saved in wages.
No, I think
Did
that
we
was an
only save
undisclosed
that?
fee.
Yeah, that makes sense actually. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, good acquisition from Villa. He's a great
Oh,
squad. player.
Villa have done bits in both windows, actually, I've got to admit.
I think they
Right.
won the window, mate. If you like.
They got
Oh, yeah.
they got the third richest owners in the league, third or fourth, I think.
Yeah, it doesn't, you still got to spend it right. That's the thing. We've spent the most since the Conquist took over, yet we still haven't progressed any further. So it actually really
Burnley?
got worse.
Burnley were gangsters because they made money by improving their attack. So
Yeah. That's not overpay in this market for a top player like Diaz. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think it's going to
Jonathan-
turn out to be that good. That's what I'm saying.
Jonathan David for 60 million, and he's a prolific striker. Yeah,
Who
I
signed
heard
him?
about
No
this
one did.
David. I've heard about this David, but yeah, man. Like,
I think it's going to cost more than that.
mate, I don't know what's gonna happen in terms of the rest of this season, but I'll tell you one thing: we ain't finishing top 4 now.
8th. That's where we're finishing this season. 8th. I called it out at the start of the season. I said
Jesus
10th, so around
Christ.
8th, 10th.
I
So
said 12th. So
I
I'm
said
I
already
think we're finishing
way over.
6th, but I'm not
I-
happy with that.
I said 10th originally, but probably going to finish 8th this season. So
I said 8th to 12th. Somewhere around there. I said, but like, if we do it, if we get 8th to 12th after where we've been, then yeah, there's got to be questions asked. So, cause yeah. Say, what do you think? Are you there? Okay, Nitesh, what do you think?
Yeah, I said I think we'll finish in a Europa League spot. So somewhere around 6th. And
8th.
yeah, but I said somewhere in a Europa League spot. So 8th isn't fun.
I say
And
8th.
Yeah, but that's
So-
his opinion. If you want, that's his prediction.
And I personally didn't want us to go back into the Champions League because we would be embarrassed if we went with this squad depth. So at the end of the day, we already saved 25 million.
I say
And if we get another 25 million from the Europa League, I'm happy with that. We can spend the money in the summer, get in a striker, a midfielder, and probably another maybe backup squad player. And in the meantime, develop some of our youngsters a bit more.
Okay. Marley, did you say yours?
I think we're gonna finish 6th. So like a slightly less optimistic view of exactly like, the same thing Nitesh just said. Like I'm just slightly less optimistic. But yeah, I think we're still gonna be finishing 6th. Like I'm not losing my mind or anything, but I am very frustrated and deflated.
Yeah. I will be very frustrated if we finish 8th. I don't think that's a. If we finish 8th in the position we were in, and we finished 6th,
Oh, it's not good enough.
that's
wouldn't
not good
say
enough
so.
for Man
I'm
To be
not
United.
honest,
unhappy with it because it gets us Europa League
Espe-
football, which
especially
is
when
same
you've
thing-
spent
same thing as
100. I'm sorry, 150 million to go up 2 places ain't good enough for me.
it's not.
Sorry.
It's not. Because at the end of the day, right, you spent 100. Did we really spend 150 million? Because Stan Kroenke
Yes.
apparently loaned out 100 million.
We
So
spent 150 mil of our own money.
no, but apparently Turkish just said right now.
No. What he's saying is, right, that's Kroenke's money, right? We have spent out of our own money. There's a difference between our money and the Kroenke's money, right? And we have spent 150 mil of our own money. Kroenke's had fuck all to do with it.
No, I think what Luca is saying, they took a loan against Arsenal to pay off some of the wages, if you remember. Not this window.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean they have money to spend to us. That still means that means they just take £100 million loan out, but they still have money to give to us.
Yeah, but if you take that out of 150, did we really spend 50 million?
No, it isn't spending. That isn't spending. That's them acquiring 100
No,
million.
Arsenal has spent the money. Kroenke hasn't spent anything from his pocket. It is as.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Because Arsenal has to repay any loan.
All that we spent is our money. You really think Kroenke would spend 150 mil on us?
No, he hasn't spent a single penny.
So why would you think he spent 150 mil on this? Like he never would. So like 150 mil came from our own pocket, right? So like he's just saying he's taken another £100 million loan out of us because we're a debt-free asset. He's put us against his loan. Basically, he's managed to get himself more money by putting us as a sort of insurance policy. So if it fucks up, he can offer us as a debt-free asset. It doesn't mean that he hasn't spent any money on us because we've spent our. It doesn't mean that like he's cut the amount of he's spent on us in net spend because he hasn't spent any money on us. We spent it.
But finishing in sixth this season is not good enough. I'm sorry. Because Arsenal have to get top four, and we ain't going to get Champions League football because we didn't address the problems in this January transfer window. If we would have addressed the problems in the January transfer window, we would be saying, you know what, today we will be smiling. But other than thinking, right, you know what, we can back this team and get into the top four. But at the end of the day, right, I can't see us finishing top six. And I wouldn't take top six this season. I'm sorry, but at the start of the season, remember, Stephen, what we said in pre-season. I said we need players to get back into Europe in any sort of kind of Europe. But now we had that chance to try and challenge into the top four over the Christmas period, despite we had games called off and all that stuff due to the pandemic.
I told you we wouldn't get it.
I knew we weren't going to get it, but I said there was a chance up there, but. I think top four is over now, in my opinion. I really think it is. If anyone actually thinks top four is not over, then I don't know what they're watching, but that's their opinion. But I think it is over because we haven't addressed the problems, we haven't addressed the assets, we haven't addressed anything in the transfer market. And for me, how am I supposed to have faith in this team with Eddie Nketiah up front? And if Lacazette gets injured, we ain't got anyone. We know the history of Martinelli's injuries, and we know how Arteta, the way Martinelli actually uses him, and how he trains him and gets him injured. Then we have to do what Man City do: play Smith Rowe in the false number 9. Is that really going to work? No, of course not. So at the end of the day, we have put ourselves into a massive mess.
When's he got Martinelli injured?
Say that again.
When's he got Martinelli injured?
Mate, Martinelli, right, has been injured because Arteta has.
But that wasn't Arteta's fault.
It was Arteta's fault.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
It wasn't.
I don't get how that's Arteta's fault.
He broke his leg against Brighton, or in training by someone else's challenge.
Yeah, it was a collision of knees.
It was collision of knees.
That bit was. But I mean, like he hasn't hardly played him at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, but that's not injuring him though, is it? I mean, I'm a stick. Trust me, I don't want to. I criticise Arteta all the time, but he hasn't injured him at any point.
I can see Steven doing an Arteta in show soon.
Shut up.
No, yeah, big up, Steven. I agree with that. Yeah, big up.
He hasn't. Yeah, but it's facts. He hasn't done it. Partey, you can have that debate, but not Martinelli.
But Stephen, remember that game when we played Tottenham during pandemic season, right? Partey came on and then he got injured again.
Yeah, that was Partey, but that's not Martinelli.
That was Arteta's fault on Partey's situation.
Yeah, but that's Partey, not Martinelli, though. That's not what I'm saying.
At the end of the day, you guys can blame him for that. But the thing is, now we have enough players. A lot of people were saying give Pepe the chance. Arteta was saying Pepe is still part of the squad. This is Pepe's time now. He's obviously going to be playing. It's not we can't go till the end of the season without playing Pepe for a single game. It's not going to happen. And Eddie, as I was saying, was also playing on the wings. Lacazette cannot last the complete 90 minutes unless it's unless it's a necessity. And if there is a scheduling of the games because our North London derby was postponed, surely we'll have to bring in Pepe as well at some point of time. So we have players. They have held on to Aziz as well. He's not going on loan. So we have a midfield backup there. If El Neni is going to be till the AFCON final, he's going to go to the AFCON final, then I think we have Xhaka and Partey who are coming back. And let's see, we have players. We have Lokonga as well. We have our squad is now fit because of this 18-day gap, you can say. And hopefully we don't have these kind of injuries. And if we do have injuries, there may be other teams who will also have injuries. I don't think top 4 is completely gone, but it will be very difficult because of no spending in January.
Yeah, and the fact is just we have got a lack of squad depth, and that's what's going to cost us in top 4 in the end. I feel it will probably cost us top 4. It won't cost us top 6.
Luca, can you mute your mic?
Yeah, can you mute the mic, please?
Done.
So I really don't need a copyright, please. Right, because that's vital money for the charity. So yeah, I feel it will cost us top 6. It won't cost us top 6, sorry. But it will cost us top 4 for me. I think it's probably going to be Man United or Chelsea, Tottenham. As much as I'd love to see West Ham do it instead, but I don't see West Ham will last. So I think it's between them two, to be honest. So, but yeah. Anyway, look, we've been going for so long, so we're going to have to wrap it up.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up.
Can you put that Odegaard and Haaland comment 1 second for Games FC?
Comment. Yeah, go
mate, Games FC, I love you to bits, but I'll have what you're having, mate. I'll have what you're having. If you think that connection is going to be enough to convince him, even though we have no ambitions compared to the other teams,
no. Games FC, we're going to have a major leap in performance.
You might have said that
at a different manager,
so I could be wrong.
to do it, but no. And also a different board and a different owner.
If we finish in the Champions League spot, we'll attract players like Haaland, but we're not going to attract him because the problem is that I think we have to pay around 10 to 15 million just to his agent, and the rest of it is like going to be around 100 to 150
when will
million.
Arsenal ever spend that sort of money on a player?
It won't.
Never.
Because we've got an owner in America who doesn't do anything.
But even if we didn't, and Arsenal would have the money to spare if they really, really wanted to. They just haven't got the ambition to. So it really, as much as people want to blame the owner, it's not really comes down to the owner in a sense. He just authorises it whether to go through or not. Right? We've got the money. It's just we ain't got the ambition. Simple. And that's why Haaland will never come, because he sees. That's why all the big players that we did have left, because we ain't got no ambition. And that's they've been part of this DNA of this, what's taken over this football club.
No, they won't waste their time on going for Haaland. They would rather go for Isaac.
Yeah, but they've got
and link him and Odegaard up.
Yeah, but they've got no ambition.
No, because they know if they go for Arsenal has the money now, even the wage bill to actually get Haaland. But the thing is, if they go and bid for Haaland and his agent will say no, because unless we can ensure
Yeah.
that we are in the Champions League season after
But
season.
even if we're in the Champions League, Natish, we would never go for it because we would never spend that sort of money on a player because we don't have the ambition to go and do that and make a statement saying
Another
this is our intentions.
Another striker you would have took. I'm watching Lyon Marseille right now, right? And would you took Dembele from Lyon?
He's how old is he? 28, 29?
Not sure, man.
I mean,
Dembele
right now
from
it
Lyon.
looks as if he would be needed, but
25. He's
I wouldn't
25.
be happy with him actually.
I think Lyon is a troublesome club to negotiate with. That is one major problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dembele, I would.
He's 25.
He's 25. I'm just trying to have a look.
Yo.
14 games. Yes. Yeah.
Put in.
But,
I'm gonna put it very simply. Lacazette was a lot better than he is at Lyon.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So in that case, no. Okay. In that case, then we'll leave it there. Tish, where can I find you, man?
They can find me as the head of the Arteta in club on Twitter. And and you
Where
can find me on
only one subscriber.
that is Steven. But the thing is,
No.
okay, you can find me on Beyond the Post on Twitter. You can just check it out. It's around 6,300 some followers, I think, around that mark, and pushing for 7,000 and then 10,000. You can check out the YouTube channel as well. And slowly it's going back towards the watch hours needed for monetization. You can check out the Facebook page, and definitely all Arsenal fans should check out Arsenal FC fans on Facebook because that page is going to boom soon.
Cool. Marley, where can I find you, my friend?
All right, man. Well, find me here very often. Steven doesn't pay me, but I'm here pretty much every day. And also find me at Football United TV. We have a lot of great content. We just did probably the most important stream I've ever done, which was a stream on gay pride in football with Jim, and it was fantastic. Go check it out. We have a lot of exciting content coming up as well. Gunners from all corners, the content from United as well, and the FITA show, Football in the Americas, coming up very soon. I'm really excited for that as well. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, everywhere.
Wicked. Luca, where can I find you, mate?
Yeah, find me on YouTube. This is Luca's Life. We do lots of content and all that stuff. And don't forget to go back and watch my reaction of Arsenal not signing anyone yesterday. So you never miss a video. We're on the road to 1.5k. And much appreciated, mate. And thanks for having me on for another stream. And I apologise I was a bit late. So there you go. So thanks for having me on. It's been a great show, mate.
It's all right. Yeah, like I said, you can find us on SFeatleyTV, where we do Arsenal and football content. Right. So check us out. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. And it's all to raise children awareness and money for Children's Liberties Foundation. So to help us support that just by watching the streams, send a super chat, or even becoming a member to donate a little monthly sum and get great perks in return. Also, you can find us live on the new F1 channel, where I think it was about second stream in, I believe. Second stream in, and the numbers picked up a little bit on that one as well. So yeah, I'm really pleased with the second show on that, and that's all the F1 content on SFeatley F1. All the content you saw on here is now on there. So if you're an F1 fan, please go and subscribe. And if you just want to help, if you want to just help support the channel and the charity, just go subscribe to both and watch both. So yeah, we're going to leave it there. We're back tomorrow with Arsenal Gossip Column. Probably more talking about this, to be honest. And where we go from here. And yeah, and then there's an F1 show on tomorrow, either tomorrow or later on in the week, about just the history of Formula 1, starting back at the very start in the 1950s. Yeah, time to get the research out. So yeah, make sure you do check us out for them. But until then, everyone stay safe, stay well. We'll see you soon. Bye bye.